Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Cupboard. I'm Penge and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3. Oh, I've missed you, Crusader Kings 3. It is very, very lovely to be back. And today we are going to be dabbling with diseases. We are going to be juggling with germs and we are going to be playing with the plague as we take a look at the Legends of the Dead DLC, which, as you might imagine, adds disease outbreaks into the game. And the outbreaks just pop up at random and then they spread and then they kill people, as they did back in the time when Crusader Kings 3 is set, which of course means they could affect us too. Our player character could catch whatever illness is going round, or our family could become infected, which all sounds quite intriguing. It just adds a little bit of extra kind of drama and challenge to the game, I would say. Little bit of extra peril possibly, which could be quite fun. And as well as all the kind of germy bacteria stuff, the DLC also has legends. We can build up legends for our character or family, and then we can build legendary buildings and hold legendary feasts and other kind of exciting bits and bobs like that. So maybe we'll look at that too. And you know what? I think there is absolutely no time like the present. Let's get on with it, shall we? Let's go back in time to do some more Crusader Kinging. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is just fiddle about with the game rules a little bit, just to make sure that we do increase our chances of getting involved in some sort of outbreak, plague, black death type thing, because that's what we're here for. I want to see what happens when that affects us, whether it's the area we're in or our character directly or whatever. That's what we want to see. So let's do what we can to make the world a very kind of plaguey, germy, virusy sort of a place. And there are three settings here. So Black Death Circumstance is organic. It will occur in a historically plausible scenario that is reactive to the current state of the game. Or we could just make it random, or we could make it historical. But that means it's going to begin in the 14th century, which is quite a long wait for us. So I think let's put that on random, and then you can change the Black Death frequency. And I think let's have the Black Death appear as many times as it wants to, and also the plague frequency, let's up that to doomsday. The air is thick with miasma, and the rivers run rife with corruption. Pestilence is in the very air you breathe and the water you drink. There is no respite from the eternal plague. That sounds slightly terrifying, but I think that's what we want. I think that will give us the best chance to see what happens when we get involved in some sort of outbreaky, plaguey type thing. And today we are going to be playing as Count Dave Disease of the Earldom of Cornwall, and Dave here is very much living up to his name because he loves diseases, does Dave here. He loves looking into them and trying to understand them and working out where they've come from and how to maybe cure them. And because of that, Dave is very clever. We've given Dave the 5-star education trait there, which is very good. So learning plus 10, which is magnificent. Personality wise, because he does like getting involved in kind of germs and viruses and diseases and things, he is a little bit eccentric. He's considered eccentric by many people. However, he is compassionate. He wants to do the right thing. He's trying to understand these kind of terrible outbreaks to help other people. So he's compassionate and he's quite patient. He knows that he's not going to get results immediately. It's going to take a long time to try to understand the various outbreaks and poxes and plagues and things that are ravaging the land. So he's quite patient with it. And in terms of other traits, we've given him quick because, I want him to be quite smart, and he is a herbalist. So he does have a little bit of knowledge about how to kind of use herbs and things to maybe come up with some sort of remedies to possibly cure things, or at least kind of lessen their effects or whatever. And then skill-wise, diplomacy and martial and intrigue are on 8. Stewardship is 11. Learning is 22, which is hugely boosted by his kind of education there. And prowess is 6. And when we begin, he is not going to be married, so he's not going to have any children. So we need to get that sorted out as well. I know we've gone over the whole sort of customization limit thing for Iron Man mode, but I'm not that bothered. I just kind of want to create a character who could potentially be quite smart and look into the whole sort of ways of how the germs and the viruses and the outbreaks and all that kind of stuff actually work. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to play as Count Dave Disease, so we'll finalise you, and yes, absolutely. And oh look, he's got on a kind of a fancy, sort of, what is that, like a, it's not quite a toga, but I don't know what it is, like a fancy robe kind of thing. And we're down here in Cornwall, because as this video goes out, that's where I'm going to be. I'm going to be there in Cornwall, having a lovely, lovely holiday, probably in the rain, but never mind. So that's why I've chosen to go down here. Also, lots of kind of ports in Cornwall where maybe other people from other lands could potentially bring in some germs and illnesses and everything else, which could help us have a look at those. So there we go. We're down here in Cornwall. I think we are ready to begin. Okay, here we go. I love the smell of a new Crusader Kings 3 game in the morning. So here is Dave. Hello there, Earl Dave. How are you doing? And of course, yeah, currently entirely on your lonesome. Not married, no children. So we do need to look at that quite soon. I think the only thing I'd like to change about your appearance is maybe to get you a nice hat. Let's do that before we go and do any of the other kind of, less important stuff, let's be honest. I would like to get you a lovely hat, Earl Dave. So let's have a little look. Headwear. What can we get? Commoner's bag hat. No. We want really fancy things. We want very fancy things. Oh, look. You can go as a Little Red Riding Hood. That's quite fun. What's going to be... Oh, yeah, I do quite like that. That does look impressive. The peacock helmet does look quite good. Have we got anything that is utterly ludicrously vast? Just something that's so utterly farcically over the top. Like a gigantic... There, what was that? The Said crown. That's quite fun. I like that. There's so many hats. There are so many hats. It's magnificent now. There are so many things. Do you know what? The Imperial crown is quite good. I mean, I don't think he deserves an Imperial crown. But maybe for our little playthrough here, it could be quite fun. Oh, I forgot about that one with the big egg on the top. We might possibly... Oh, hang on. That one's quite good as well. Oh, there are so many hats. So much hattage. Do you know what? Let's go for that one with the big egg. Colour picker. Can we pick... Oh, we pick the... Oh, it's his hair. Okay, no, that's fine. We'll leave your hair sort of like that. That's fine. I thought maybe we could pick the colour of the egg thing in the hat. But no. So there we go. Right, so now Earl Dave has on a proper piece of headwear, which is magnificent. Now we can look at the other less important things, like, the land that we're ruling over and how much money we've got and such like. So we've got 71 money right now, which is okay. That's not too bad. We're earning 1.7 every month, 450 prestige. That's quite good. 200 piety, no renown, of course, because we've only just kind of appeared, and 392 soldiers. We do have 200 bowmen. So we do have some men-at-arms, which is quite good. So that's not too shabby. It's not a great big pile of people, though, but never mind. And yes, got no player heir. We're not married. Let's go and pick our lifestyle. Let's go and pick our lifestyle first. And it's going to be learning because, Dave's very smart. So there we go. And because Dave is all about sort of, researching and understanding all these kind of pox and plagues and things that are popping up everywhere, we're going to go for medicine focus. That makes perfect sense. So yes, absolutely. Look at that. We get so many bonuses to these. He's going to pick up many perks very quickly, which is good. And I think we have got one. We've got one perk already. So we shall have anatomical studies, please. Yes. Pick that up. I think it makes sense to kind of go down here in the whole of body thing because that's all about understanding, we're sort of understanding people and sort of, biology and such like. So that makes perfect sense, sort of thematically, role-playing wise. That makes sense for you, Dave. So there we go. Right, that's that done. What have we got going on down here? What is in Launceston over here? Do we have anything? Just some fishing net weavers, so a little harbour going on. And that's kind of it. I don't imagine we have anywhere near enough money to build anything else. Although, over here, look, we can now, potentially, if we save up enough money, build a hospice. A hospice provides a place of respite for the sick and weary, where they may come to care of dedicated holy people. So look, plague resistance, +5. There is a little special kind of plague icon now, which is a little rat. Okay, right, that's quite interesting. That's quite interesting. We can't afford to build anything right now, though, of course, which is a little bit of a shame, but never mind. So we've got our town there. There's a little kind of barony over there. Okie dokie, that's good. And then down here, there is space to build another thing if we get round to that. Okay, right down at the bottom there. Okay, that's fine. And yeah, there's a couple of wars going on. There's the Norwegian invasion and the Norman conquest going on. So maybe we get dragged into those. I do not know. Okay, now, again, before we go and do the whole sort of marriage thing, I think possibly, where are we? So yes, go to, council. How are we doing with this? Do you know what? They're not that bad. They are not that bad at all. Sometimes when you start a game of Crusader Kings 3, your council are absolutely, utterly useless. But no. These are quite good. 13 diplomacy for the Chancellor, 13 for the Marshal, 13 for the Steward. There's a pattern there. 9 for the Spy Master isn't brilliant, but maybe we could look at changing that. Is anybody better? Oh, the steward. The steward is better. Is anybody better at stewarding than the steward? Do you know what? I'm not going to upset... Although, hang on. Our marshal... Oh, hang on a minute. Are they all in the wrong roles? Our marshal has a diplomacy of 18. Hang on. Who else has got good marshalling? The chancellor's got 9. Do you know what? We're going to leave it like that. We're going to leave it like that. Yeah, it's all sort of happened like this. It's fine. You're all in fairly good roles that seem to suit you okay. That's not too bad at all. I'm quite happy with that. That is not too bad. I don't think we're on our liege's council. That's absolutely fine. Right. Okay, so our council are looking pretty good. That's not too bad at all. Our bishop does not endorse us. So possibly the first thing we should do is sway the bishop. There we go. So let's start that scheme. So kick that off. So Rothrit, please like us, Rothrit. Please love us. Oh yeah, it's telling us about schemes. It's fine. Right, so hopefully they will like us a little bit. And then, yeah, let's do the other bits and bobs we have to do as well. So, yeah, want to get court positions in. So, yeah, a court physician. I think that's got to be a key thing. Oh, they've got little pictures on them now. Look, that's fun. So is anybody good already? No. Everybody is awful. Okay, right. We need to go to the decisions bit. Can we please go and find ourselves a physician? Find an Anglic teacher. Recruits want to teach your liege's court language. Oh, that's quite interesting. Or introduce a new fashion at court. Yes. Let's search for a new doctor first, though. So, right, begin the search. And I think maybe the final thing we need to do is possibly just station our sort of archer men-at-arms unit over there in Launceston. So let's get them done. Where is that? Station them over there, please. And there we go. Sorted. I think then we are ready to tick time on. Let's move time on a little bit. Although, actually, should we do the whole marriage thing as soon as possible? If there are going to be viruses and outbreaks and things, we don't want our character to get caught up in it and then die very quickly. So maybe we should do the whole sort of marriage thing. Hang on. Let me go and look for a lovely, lovely person to go marry. Who's nice? Oh, I think we found the perfect person. I think Earl Dave is going to try to marry Alexia the Transcriber de Belfort here. She is French. She's 21 years old. She's got the compassionate, brave and calm traits, which are all quite good ones. I like those. They're all nice. They're not sort of horrible ones like wrathful or vindictive or whatever. They're quite nice ones, which would imply that she is quite nice, as is Earl Dave, so they'll get on quite well, hopefully. And she's got comely as well, which is not too bad a thing. Hopefully that and quick can get passed down to any children, if that works out. And then stats-wise over here, these are sort of okay. So Marshal of 9, Stewardship 5, Intrigue 6, Learning 8. They're not great. I mean, Learning we've got covered. Don't worry about that. But look at that there. Diplomacy of 18. That is very good indeed. So I think what'll happen is, if this marriage actually sort of works out, we can just, do really clever brainy things and make things work behind the scenes by just, reading many books and being really clever. And then Alexia can help us out with our diplomatic side. You can be our sort of PR person. You can tell us, who to talk to and what to say and how to say it and all that kind of stuff, because you're quite good at diplomacy. And just to make things even better, she's got this kind of title here. At the age of 21, she's got a nickname, which is quite good. Knowledge relies on transmission. And what greater instruments of this are there than books and scrolls that may be read for generations? And that ties in very nicely with Dave, because Dave loves knowledge. Dave is all about reading books and tomes and scrolls and parchments and everything else. So that's just perfect. So yes, can we please marry you? I don't think we can do a grand wedding. I don't think we have the money to do that. So let's just do a regular wedding. So yeah, they're the traits that could potentially be passed down. Chance of children, medium. And the children were born into house disease. There we go. But yeah, we can't do a grand wedding. So let's just send that proposal, shall we? And now we shall tick time on. Time is moving. Let's see if that works, because that's going to be an important first thing. Okay. There we go. I accept your proposal. We are going to be married. That is all very good. So, have they magically appeared here? Yes, they're here already. Okay, I didn't know if they were going to have to sort of journey across the map to find us. Right, okay, court physician. And I think maybe, because we have a high learning skill, we've possibly been able to get quite a good court physician. Yes. Okay, novice, that's okay. You are, how far along are you on the path? About halfway toward physician, which is quite good. And yeah, learning of 22. You do seem like the best one. You are Do you know what? To be fair, Isud, you're not that bad. You're okay. And you're not too bad either. I don't think I've ever done this where you go, can I please have a physician? I don't think I've ever seen it and they've all come back with the proper actual official physician trait. That's quite rare, I think. But okay, so they're all quite good. They're all pretty good, but you're better. You're the best one. So yeah, we'll get you on board, I think. So Aleph can come in. There we go. Right, so we now do have a court physician who's also the doctor. I think it just said a knight, sorry. Is that true? Has our court doctor also become a knight? Our court physician and knight with a prowess of 5. I think that's probably not going to be our best course of action, is it? Maybe, could we possibly send out a call for a knight or two? Do we have any people in the court that we could marry to other people? We've got a courtier there. Oh, you've already got a spouse. Are you good at fighting? No, you are not. Okay, is there anybody else in the court who isn't married that we could possibly marry to somebody who's very good at whacking people with swords? Okay, we might have to put up with having some slightly less than adequate knights for a while, because I don't think we have that many options. So our spy master here, currently unmarried, we go and look for a spouse for them, and yes, this is all we get. So already 3 of our knights appear in the list. Got you, you, and you. And then the other 2 people here are not that good at hitting people with swords. You've got a prowess of 4. You've got a prowess of 1, which is just appalling. So I think we might have to wait on that. And we could, I suppose in theory, could send out a message saying, can we please invite some knights? But they are going to cost us quite a bit of money. And I would like to keep some money aside to do some building stuff. It's not really in your nature to do fighty stuff, Earl Dave. You're not really all about the fighting. You're more about the brainy stuff. So I think, yeah, we'll leave it for now. We'll leave that for now. However, I think maybe now, let's zoom out a little bit and switch on the new kind of disease kind of thing. So where is it? There you go, plagues. So this will show the spread of plagues on the map. Now I imagine right now there probably aren't any. No, nothing going on. It's very obvious when there is one because it's very exciting. It looks great. It's like a red sort of bubbly type of thing. But no, there's nothing going on. Have they? Oh, hang on. They've put an exciting load of things on the table around the map. Well, that is marvelous. What does that say? What does that say? I don't know what that says. That says some stuff. Then he gomin pigren grabbed him swipe. I don't know what that says, but okay, I'm sure it's very good. There's like a floor and everything around here now. Chairs. Oh, that's quite jazzy. Okay, so right now, no outbreaks, but that will change over time. And I imagine, given that we did switch on all of the kind of plague settings and such to quite high levels, I imagine that'll, there'll be plague coming around soon enough. And there we go. In May 1067, there is a little outbreak right over there on the very far northeastern corner of the map. I don't think that'll bother us, but we can go and have a little look at it. So if we go and see what's happening over here on the map, if we just put time on and move it on, it does have this sort of slightly curious sort of red, almost blood-like sort of quality to it. Oh, it's spreading. It is spreading right before our very eyes. So we can see what that is. I can't read that word. Also, it doesn't help that it's sideways. The Keimletalian flux. Okay, so that's what they've called that particular outbreak. And we can see where it's spreading. And we can click on it and find out more about that particular plague. So it began on the 5th of April, 1067. So it's relatively new. No fatalities so far. And yes, that's what it does. If you actually catch this, then that's what it does. Diplomacy down, martial down, intrigue down, prowess very much down, and, oh dear, health critical penalty. And if you're elderly, there's a new sort of elderly health thing. If you're, over 50, then it affects you even more. Oh dear, fever, delirium, and severe abdominal pain have made this character expel blood in the latrines. Oh, that's all very unpleasant. Okay, you definitely don't want that. And then, all the things that it's affecting also have these modifiers. So development is coming down a bit, control is coming down, popular opinion, and plague danger is going up. What's that? On your travels, you might pass through dangerous lands. Oh, I see. So if you travel through, the chances are you might possibly catch a bit of that plague. Okay, so that is over there in the very corner of the map. So I don't think that's going to bother us, unless it does turn into some sort of super mega plague. I mean, yeah, it's growing. It's growing right now, but it's not sort of going to trouble us, I do not think. I mean, that they might be famous last words, possibly. I've got no idea. That might possibly spread across here and be the thing that wipes out the world. We have changed the settings on to kind of, maximum illness. So we will see. But yeah, that is spreading. It is spreading. No one's died yet, though. No one's died. And it is a minor intensity plague. So plague can be apocalyptic, major or minor, affecting its area of spread. Okay, that's a minor plague. So I think it's unlikely that'll come to bother us. Although, if we just pause time a second, there are now more diseases popping up around the world. There's one just there. That's called the Karluk fire. Okay, that is, oh yeah, painful seizures, headaches, nausea and diarrhea. The involuntary spasms make it look as if they were dancing. Oh, that's not very good. Okay, so that's over there. That is also a minor outbreak. And there's one over here. That is a minor outbreak of the Abwabian fire, similar to the other one. And there's quite a big one there as well. Oh, that's minor. That is Safatan boils. Oh, like measles. Okay. So yeah, this is happening just, nothing, we can't control it. They're just sort of appearing. Oh, hang on, there's another one. Another one there. There's loads. There's loads. What? No, they're not outbreaks. That's a lake. Nope, that's just water, Penge. That's absolutely fine. Oh, there still are more than I thought there was going to be. And they're just, that one's spreading. That one's spreading. They're spreading really quickly. Time isn't moving on that fast. We're in kind of middle speed setting. Crikeys. Here we go. We can try and sway our bishop to make them like us a bit, which would be very helpful. Yeah, the minute they don't like us, so they don't endorse us, so we don't get all their lovely benefits. I've gotten an idea in my attempts to align Rothrit to my interests. With the right arguments, I may be able to convince him that I'm not acting merely in my own interest, but in the interest of the Lord himself. Okay, a learning challenge. I would like to think that we should be quite good at a learning challenge. Rothrit has a learning of 8, and we've got a learning of 24. So I think we should be okay. 90% chance that this is going to work, and he is convinced. Okay, pause time. It's now up to plus 26 opinion, which means that he does now endorse us, which is nice. So there you go. That's quite nice. I'm glad we get on. That's all very wonderful. Okay, so now do we go and sway somebody else now? Do we sway somebody else? I was thinking possibly maybe sway the Spy Master, because we want them to like us a lot. Because if they don't like us, there is a chance they could, do some stabby at us. So how about we sway those? Let's try that, shall we? Ask to take vows. Ask his ode to take the vows and join the clergy. Oh, you can ask people to go and join the church. Oh, well, there you go. I didn't know you could do that. That's a new thing to me. There we go. Okay, right. So runtime on. Let's just keep an eye on these kind of outbreaks, and we'll see if one appears near us. None over in our part of the world right now. But yeah, that could change. That could change at any moment. These are, I believe, entirely random. So, yeah, we'll just keep an eye on things and see if there is. There we go. Look, already over here, there is a little bit of an outbreak. And it's a minor outbreak. Heinrich's Flux. Okay, so again, that's the one like we saw. That's the first one up in the top corner, which is unpleasant. Again, no fatalities, but yeah, it's a thing that's relatively nearby. Is this going to be the first thing that might possibly cause us some problems? I do not know. Breaking fast with a friend. I am on my way to the church one morning when I run into Countess Alexia, who is carrying a small bag. Glancing around, she conspiratorially opens it, revealing all sorts of foods and drink. It is such a beautiful day. Come join me outside for a morning picnic, she says. As I start to protest that I'm on my way to church, Alexia interrupts me. God will still be there later, but these pomegranate cakes won't. Okay, Earl Dave. Do you know what? Yeah, you're quite patient. You're going to wait and bide your time. You can wait and bide your time to go to the church. And instead, yes, we shall go and have a little bit of a picnic with our wife. Oh, that's quite fun. So again, it even says lovely picnic. You went on a lovely picnic. So for 5 years, our stress loss is going to be increased by 10%, and we grow closer to forming a friendship with Countess Alexia. Yeah, let's do that. What's the other one? She doesn't like us, and we gain some piety. No, it's all fine. It's all okay. And we're compassionate. We don't want her to feel sad. She's made us some lovely food. So absolutely, the true sin would be letting this opportunity pass. Please give me the cakes. And there we go. Go on a little picnic date with our wife. That's very good. I think when that sway thing is done, possibly we should then do the old classic of romancing our wife and then become soulmates with her, because that's always fun. And I know that we're not going to stick around with Earl Dave after this, because we're just doing a little kind of one-off look at the DLC. But I do like the whole romance thing. I think the romance kind of storylines and events and things are quite fun in this game. So I think we'll go and do that as well. That outbreak there is cleared up. That one I think might be fizzling out. There's a new one over there. That is... Oh, typhus. Okay, that is quite bad. That's also minor, but okay. My lord, my suffragan Bishop Roffrey approaches me with urgency. A local merchant has a copy of the influential Regula Pastoralis, but refuses to sell it to me. If you make him see the error of his way, I would be in your debt. Okay, so what do? We lose 50 money, gain 25 learning lifestyle, and get a weak hook on him. We could spend the money and keep it ourselves, but that doesn't seem very compassionate for Dave, or it sounds like a you problem. I mean, in my mind, I think, go and get it yourself, please, but Dave is compassionate. And he wants people to be happy, does Dave? He merciful and sympathetic. Dave is warm-hearted. He's seen the urgency at which Rothric wants to get this book. So, do you know what? I will make sure the book gets to you. Absolutely. I mean, okay, it's going to cripple the finances of the realm, but never mind. At least you have a lovely new book to read. The things we share. When we talk about life, my wife and I often agree. I just know that Alexia understands how I view the world. I mean, yes, we kind of chose her because you're both quite nice people. You've both not got horribly conflicting kind of personalities, and that does make sense. And 20 opinion. Okay, this is going very well. I like that. That's wonderful. And, Isolde has been swayed. Okay, so we can stop that, because I don't think we can do the sway scheme and the romance scheme. And then, yes, we get to pick another perk. I mean, wash your hands does make sense. Plague resistance +5. Yeah, let's do that. Reduced chance of contracting illness. Reduced chance for courtiers to contract illness. I mean, yeah, that's kind of okay. That's what we want. We don't want to actually catch the illness, but if we do, hopefully we have enough knowledge to try and sort of get rid of it or deal with it or whatever. Right, so runtime went a bit quicker. Again, that sort of disease over there is kind of fizzled out. That has got quite big. Suvatasav's boils. Also, yeah, look at the effect on it. The actual sort of graphic it's like pustules and sort of like reddened skin. It looks very good. I mean, it's grim. It's a bit sort of unpleasant, but it's a really good effect. That's another minor one. 22 people have died because of Sviatoslav's boils. Oh dear. Okay, so that might be the biggest one we've seen so far. 20 from that fever over there. 4 from that. 5 from that tiny one down there. Crikey. And, hang on, this is quite big. Our liege lost their war with Duke William II. Okay, so William the Conqueror has won, and Harold is gone. Harold is gone. King William has become your new liege, but you don't know why. What do you mean you don't know why? Surely we can work it out. Surely we must know why. Okay, right, so there is still the the Norwegian invasion going on. But now I imagine, yes, it's going to be William the Conqueror defending against Harold of Norway. So the kind of the combatants, one of them has changed a bit. Got only 9,000 soldiers as opposed to 6,000 there. So it should go the way of you, shouldn't it? Of King William. It should go the way of William the Conqueror. But who knows? Who knows? We shall find out as time goes on. Is England going to be ruled by William the Conqueror, or is it going to go under Norwegian rule? I guess time will tell. It's not looking great for our liege, though. Minus 64% war score is not too good. Oh, okay. There is an outbreak of something over in Scotland. Okay, let's have a... Oh, crikey. Malcolm's boils. So, yes, I believe the infection names can be named after characters. So let's say, I don't know, a character called Malcolm was the first to kind of exhibit these symptoms. Then, yeah, it gets named after them potentially. Not all the time. I don't think all the time. But, yeah, we did see Sviatoslav's boils, didn't we? So maybe this particular one was named after a person. I don't know. So, yeah, it's measles. Okay, so that's not great. And that has the potential to come down here and cause us a bit of bother. We shall find out in due course, I suppose. We'll see what happens with Malcolm's boils. How's that whole children thing going, you two? How's the whole Stork letter writing thing going on? Because we don't have an heir. That thing there, that little kind of reminder icon, is constantly nagging me saying, hey, remember that whole heir thing that you need to carry the game on if you horribly die due to some sort of awful disease? Yeah, you need one of those to carry on. How's it going? Yeah, you two. Do you need some assistance in writing letters to the Stork? Do you need a new pen or something? Or get some nice parchment? I don't know. My wife, Countess Alexia, eagerly brings a woman before me. My Earl, allow me to introduce you to Rangard, claimant to the county of Bellac. Rangard bows before me and says, it is an honour, my lady. Sadly, Bellac will most likely remain out of my grasp without a beneficiary on my side. Okay, so where is Bellac? Where is this place? You want us to go and get it? Oh, it's in the middle of France. There's no way we can go and get that. There is no way we can go and get that place. That is just very silly. Okay, I might be able to help with that. So she could hang around at our court and we can push our claim when the time is right. Good luck with that. We just basically go, nah, not us. Or put her in prison, but we're not going to do that. Because we're compassionate, we'll give her the idea that we might be able to help. But I don't think that's going to be something that we're going to do. We're not going to go and grab that. That would probably not go very well. Could we potentially, just to maybe get a little bit more land and control and money and everything else, is it worth possibly having a fight with the treacherous adventurer Earl Baldwin next door? You do only have 226 military strength. So if we did fabricate a claim on your land, possibly we could then go in and take that and just have a little bit of extra land. That might be quite fun. That'll be something interesting to do while we wait for the viruses to do their stuff. So, yeah, okay. Let us go to, where are we? Go to our council. And actually, when we played down here, when we did our run over here last time, with our Delac sort of, I was going to say empire, our Delac massive, gigantic super empire, we didn't have to do much in the way of claims because it was all kind of sort of tribally stuff down here. It was all clans and such like. So you can just sort of fight people, I think, when you've got that. But up here, because it's all sort of feudal governments and such like, a feudal setup, we have to go and actually get claims. And I don't imagine we have a claim on your land. We can't declare war. Yes, we haven't got to Casus Belli. Okay, right. So we get that from, we can get that from our council here. So let us fabricate a claim upon Devon, please. That's going to take almost 2 years. Yeah, okay, right, runtime on. Let's get 2 years on the go. And, hopefully, by that point we might have an heir. That'd be quite nice, you two. Hint, hint. But yeah, also we do need to keep an eye on that there. Although, I think maybe... Oh, no, the boils, Malcolm's boils, are still running a bit rife. Has anybody died? 9 people. And there we go. We have an heir. We have a baby daughter, which is wonderful. And I think maybe... let's name her after you. Let's name her after you. Can we pick that name after a family member? After Countess Alexia. There we go. So the minute, yeah, you're called Dengue disease. Let's not call you Dengue disease. Nobody wants Dengue disease. You have to get an ointment for that. No, let's call you Alexia. After your mother. There you go. So may grow to be strong and wise, my daughter, and she's picked up the comely trait, which is quite good. So not the quick one from us, but she did pick up the trait from her mum, which is always very good. So there we go. Pause time for a second. We have got to go and get a perk, but can we please educate you because we're quite clever and that's quite good. Right, and then over here, perk, we will have... Iron Constitution, Restraint, or Carefree. Let's go for Carefree, shall we? Let's go for Carefree. We're picking them up quite quickly, so I don't imagine it'll take that long to get all of those sorted anyway. Oh, and it looks like Malcolm's boils have cleared up. Okay, well done, Malcolm. You can sit down again properly now. Oh, look at this. I think this might be our first major plague. the Vauclersian flux. So it's over here in what, sort of eastern France, if you like, so northeastern France. Already it's killed 6 people and it's not been around that long. So it's the one where you expel blood into the latrines. It's the very unpleasant one. But yeah, that is spreading quite quickly. Oh my goodness me. Right, okay, decency mugs, assemble! Wow, oh, Crusader Kings 3, you never disappoint. You never disappoint. Right, okay, here we go. I am happily soaking at the bathhouse, sharing deep reflections and salacious jokes with Countess Alexia. As I feel tension leaving my body, I realise that it's not just the warm water loosening my muscles. I am genuinely having fun, and it's all because of Alexia's company. Until we discovered our common passion for bathhouses, we hadn't had any chance to really interact or get to know each other that well. I mean, you do have a child together, but okay. Now I really look forward to our regular rendezvous there, as they're always filled with laughter and merriment. Have we truly become friends? Okay, indeed, a toast to Alexia. She becomes our friend. Perhaps something more? That is a seduce scheme. I mean, we are married. I don't feel like we need to seduce her too much, or I don't like her that much, and that's going to make us have a mental stress break because that's not very nice. No, let's become her friend. That makes perfect sense. And then possibly pop some clothes back on. There we go. You and Countess Alexia soaked together in a bathhouse in Cornwall. It brings up little kind of details now, which is quite fun. And then, yes, you. Oh, you're ill. Oh, no. Okay, I don't think it's a virusy kind of outbreak illness. I think you've just got a regular illness. Hang on a minute. You've got other things. Oh, you've got many exciting things. How have you picked all these up by the age of 25? You've got, 4-star education trait. That is very good. Herbalist is quite good. Wise woman. That's not too bad. Shrewd. And then also you're a confider. You've got many exciting things. Wow, that is very good. That is very good. Now here's the thing. Plus 100. I think then, we could learn her language. That might make her like us a bit. And then we could potentially do the romance thing, because then we'll be able to talk to her properly. Let's go for that, shall we? Let's try and learn her language. The de oil vulgar language. Yeah, we'll go for that, please. Let's give that a go. That sort of makes sense. Yeah, we'll do that first. And then if we can talk her language, then we can write like letters to her and poems and stories and things in her native language, which has got to be a good thing. So yeah, there we go. That's all fun. Right, let's keep time ticking on, and we'll see if that thing over there, which is, our first major plague, let's see if that does anything. Where is that going to go, or is it just going to kind of fizzle out? And there we go. We can now, with a little bit of money that we can't really afford, but we're going to go for it anyway, have ourselves a claim on the Earldom of Devon. It will plunge us into quite a big bit of debt, but it's probably worth it. It's fine. He's patient. He's patient, is Earl Dave. He can just wait for the money to come back in. So, yep, absolutely do that. We are quite poor, which might possibly have some effects on other things, but I think in about a year's time we should be okay. In about a year's time, we should be fine. The finances should be stable in about 12 months or so, maybe by Christmas. Oh, my dear Dave, you really are learning my beloved d'oil vulgar. I don't know how to say that. Is it d'oil vulgar? I don't know. Whatever, we're learning that thing there. I feel so appreciated. You're making such an effort to understand me, Countess Alexia says, observing the cupbearer pouring some drink. Can I help you in any way? Teach you some words, perhaps? She says. Okay, that could be handy. I'll take any help I can get. Okay, so a learning challenge, 60% chance that it goes okay, and the scheme gets motivated by love. Scheme power plus 7, success chance plus 7%. That would be quite good, but there's a 39% chance that it loses progress and it goes back to 3 years. But it's not been that long anyway, so that could be quite good. How do you say meet me in my bedchamber naked? I think he's got a problem with his shoulder. I think he's hurt his shoulder and possibly his leg, which is why he needs to have no clothes on. So you need to go and just have a check. Just make sure his shoulder's okay. Okay. Or, thank you, but I'm doing just fine. She's flattered, but yeah, she's sort of okay. Do you know what? I'll take any help I can get. 60% chance that it could be quite fun. And if not, it's no terrible thing, is it? She's a good, albeit flirtatious teacher. Good grief, that might be a little bit distracting. So she's getting 50 in opinion of us. And yeah, it's motivated by love now. Scheme power is up. So I think it's on success chance 95%, which is the highest it can be. So I've got 2 years left on it now. This thing over here doesn't appear to be moving much. That plague is sort of quite static right now. It's not doing anything. There are some others going on, but I don't think any of those... Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. What's that? William's flu has spread in the barony of Bebenberg. Where is that? Is that... Ah, that's up here. Okay, so there's a new thing there. William's flu is only a minor one. So again, it might not reach us. There's one down there. I think that's minor. I think that's minor as well. Yeah, they're only sort of minor outbreaks at the minute. So again, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. It's when we get into like a proper big kind of terrifying sort of Black Death, plague, mega outbreak thing that we could possibly see one spreading quite far. But yep, there we go. Let's see if we can learn this language. Oh, hang on. No, that flu is spreading. That flu is spreading quite a bit. Yeah, there is a chance it could maybe make its way down to it. So William's flu is, yeah, coming down here. Let's see what happens with William's flu then. Is that going to possibly spread all the way down here to the southwest of the country? We can pick up a new perk. Let's go for Iron Constitution. Let's do that, shall we? Fertility up by 30%. That might help possibly with the whole sort of stalk letter writing thing. We've now got a really, really firm grip on that pen now. That's what that means, I think. Okay, we failed to learn the language that our wife speaks, even though we had a 95% success chance. Deary me, crikey. Okay, that's very unfortunate. No, we're going to do it again. Although, hang on a minute. I admit defeat. Doyleville goes beyond my capabilities. Or no, I need to start over and do it right this time. We will pick up 130 stress, which would be a critical break, but I kind of feel like that's what Dave would do. He's patient. He knows that he'll get it done in time, and also he's compassionate. He wants to be able to speak the language of his wife, and also he's eccentric, so maybe he's just going to do a kind of crazy eccentric thing. Do you know what? We're going to do that. We'll give ourselves a little bit of a break. Okay, so we've been overwhelmed by stress. Guilt and shame have been plaguing me as of late. All of my sins, my flaws, my failings. You only failed to learn a language. I mean, all these other things might possibly be building up. You might have been burying these, but you only failed to learn a language. And that's probably quite hard, but okay, fine. These dark thoughts distract me from my responsibilities and keep me awake at night. Also, maybe keeping you awake at night is your hat. You do take it off, right? I feel like I must do something to put an end to this mental anguish, but what could possibly help? Okay, so donating to charity would make up for my sins. We'd lose 75 money and become improvident, which means monthly income comes down by another 15%. But that sort of would go quite well with compassionate. Maybe a couple of drinks, you become a drunkard, or I must be strong and resist the impulses. 33 stress. Now this is quite tricky. Part of me thinks that Earl Dave might go for that one and become improvident and give away some money because, you know, he's compassionate. But part of me thinks that, yeah, he's also quite smart. So we'd know that by doing that, he's going to be costing his realm and his people money. So possibly for now, let's do this. I must be strong and resist these impulses. So we're going to pick up another 33 stress. I think we should then be able to bring that down a little bit by maybe doing something. Where's where we go, like on horse rides and things? Where is that? How do we go and go on a hunt or something? Whereabouts is that nowadays? It used to be in here. I imagine it's moved. Oh yes, it's an activity now, isn't it? And it's going to cost way more money than we've got. Botherations. Okay. Right. We can't do that for now then. Maybe at some other point soon-ish, we could possibly think about maybe going on a hunt just to bring our stress down. Oh, dearie me. The Earldom of Cornwall gained bandits running rampant for 5 years. So we've got holding taxes down by another 20%. Oh, dearie me. Okay, it's not looking good down here in Cornwall. There's quite a lot of bad things happening. Sorry, people of Cornwall. And the war for England is over. King William has defeated King Harold. There we go. So no longer are we going to be threatened by the Norwegians. They've been defeated. Oh, hurrah! The great big hit to our stress was worth it because we've now learned the language of our wife. That is very good. I feel accomplished. Maybe I should send a letter in that language that I can't say the name of to Alexia. Yeah, let's do that. 46% chance it works out and 53% chance it does not. I mean, we'll give it a go. I think she likes us quite a lot anyway. And we're now going to do some romance stuff. So we'll try that. So, okay, it didn't work entirely well. Never mind. We can do a grand tournament. I don't think we're going to do that, to be honest. Possibly, with some money we now have, we picked up some money through an event type thing. We could potentially host a feast or maybe go on a hunt to bring down some stress. That might be quite a good idea. Maybe we should think about doing that. Spend some money on going on a little bit of a hunt or maybe a feast if we save up. Do you know what? We'll save up for a feast. That seems a more fun thing to do, doesn't it? I see that being more kind of that's more Earl Dave's kind of thing, having a bit of a feast. I think maybe we should go and pay homage to the king as well. Let's go and sort of say hi to the king and officially introduce ourselves. Choose homage gift. Do we have to give them a gift? Give nothing, give a hook, give contract obligations, or give gold. I think maybe let's just turn up. We'll just turn up and show our face. We don't want to give these away because we know that might possibly come back and get us in trouble later on. So yeah, let's just pay 50 of our prestige and go and say hello. So I think we do have to have a little bit of a journey. There is some danger chance going on as we make our way over there. But do you know what? That's fine. Oh, we haven't got a caravan master. Travel options. Okay, we could spend a little bit of money on possibly just helping us out a bit. Maybe we could hire some mercenary guards for 10 money. So put that in. So that'll hopefully bring down the sort of risk of anything bad happening. And anything else? Anything else? Bring medical equipment, plague, danger down. Do you know what? No, I think we'll be fine. Let's start travelling. It's going to cost 10 money to go and see the king. There we go. Let's go and have a chat with the king. Oh dear, this is not going to work out quite well. Although we are wearing a very lovely kind of green cloak type thing. That's very fancy. Traversing the hills on the outskirts of Oakhampton, we are suddenly attacked by a swarm of bandit riders out for blood. We are so close to the holding, surely Mayor Jocelyn will send help. As time drags on and we are chased by the scoundrels for the longest avoiding battle, it becomes painfully clear that no help is coming. How could a ruler let malicious riders like these inhabit his borders? My knight Aleph rides up next to me, a solemn look in his eyes. We both know the tactic that we have practiced in the past. Oh no, this is not good. There's a skull. Prowess challenge. Okay, 0% chance that we survive unscathed. Okay, that's not great. There is a 33% chance that we become wounded. There is a 33% chance that we can become severely injured and maimed, or there is a 33% chance that we could possibly die. Oh dear, or Aleph, you know what to do. Aleph stays behind to distract the attackers, and we gain a big pile of stress because we're compassionate. I genuinely think that we'd try this. We wouldn't want our buddy there. That's our court doctor as well. So our court physician and knight is with us. I don't think we'd want them to get into trouble. I think we'd want to sort of support them a bit. So maybe we're just going to do this. We're going to get wounded or maimed or die. I mean, this could be the end of all things. We have got our heir. We've got Alexia there. But, I mean, she's 5. So there is the potential that as soon as I press this button, we could carry on our little look at the Legends of the Dead DLC with a 5-year-old. Although I believe there are funerals, so it would make sense then do a funeral for the character that we were playing as, for Dave, if we die. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, I think he's compassionate. If we're role playing it properly, then I don't see him abandoning his friend. So do you know what? We stand as one. Here we go. Buckle up, everybody. And we've been killed. Dave Disease has died. Oh, dear. Well. Right, we now pick up as a 5-year-old. Right, pause time. I inherited a regency. Okay, so yes, we're now power sharing with our mum, I think. Because we can't really rule properly. So now we're in this kind of regency power sharing thing until we come of age. But that's okay, because that's our mum. And our mum, I imagine, is going to look after us quite well. Right, this has all gone a bit bonkers, hasn't it? That's not what I was expecting to happen. But there we go. There we go. It's not worked out entirely according to plan, and we're missing a Chancellor. You can go in and be the Chancellor. Right, hang on, let me go and sort out a few bits and bobs. We might need to get a new doctor in as well. Did the other one survive, actually? Oh no, you survived, Aleph. Great, I'm glad you survived, and our dad didn't. Thanks for that. So I think now it might be worth hosting a funeral for our dad, Dave, because of course he is no longer here. It's all very sad. 75 monies, we have 108. Let's plan a funeral, shall we? So the locations we can pick from are displayed on the map. I've never done this before. Let's go to there. We'll go to there. Okay, the intent is to mourn or befriend. No, we'll mourn. Oh, look at us. We're very sad. This is really sad. The deceased is Earl Dave, our father. Can we do extravagant ceremonials? So major piety gain, major legitimacy gain, which I don't know if that's going to affect us now that we're in a kind of regency arrangement, and major stress loss. Okay, we'll try and go for an extravagant ceremonial thing. And we have to travel, which didn't go well before, but I think we're there anyway. I think we're sort of there. So we're 65 monies on this funeral here. Okay, yeah, let's start the funeral then. Right, we get this whole thing. Oh, this is really sad. Launceston is to be Dave's final resting place, and I'm left alone to gather my thoughts and prepare for the arrival of the honoured mourners. Okay, I'll never forget him. We gained 25 prestige. Okay, right, let's try and get through the whole sort of funeral event thing. I am sort of acutely aware that we're supposed to be looking at the whole sort of plague side of things, and right now the world seems quite plague-free. There's a little bit over there, which is a minor plague, and a bit over here, which is a major plague. It's killed 94 people, but it's not really coming to us. So I think maybe we'll get through this kind of funeral, and then we might just need to run time on until some sort of plague stuff happens, because otherwise we're not going to see the effects of it. I kind of want to see what happens when there is a little bit of plague going on around the place. Okay, we've done the funeral stuff. We've had a little kind of feast. We've had a chat about our dad, Earl Dave. Now the time has come to commit Earl Dave of Cornwall's final rites before his final journey into the hereafter. Dave's enshrouded body is held suspended above an open grave, surrounded by close friends and family. Stood at his head is you, a privileged place of mourning afforded only to a magnanimous host. To see him surrounded by so many mourners and given a proper Catholic burial gives me hope that perhaps I too will be remembered this fondly as a countess. At last his body is lowered into the earth, and the funeral is officially completed with a prayer. And with that done, it finishes. So we gain 100 legitimacy, because that's now a thing in the game. You have to be kind of legitimate. People need to believe that you should be in charge. So we're going to get 100 points toward that, which is not too bad. So we'll be on, I think we'll still be on some legitimacy 3, so a rightful ruler. So that's okay, so people do believe we should be in charge. Big pile of piety, and we're going to lose stress, but we don't have any anyway. So there we go. That's ticked round quite a lot. So yeah, we gained all these things, and yeah, finished the funeral. There we go. Oh, that was a bit sad. Regent unsuccessfully furthers a mandate. She tried to obtain you gold. Oh, okay. Hang on a minute. Alexia, our mum tried to get her some gold. She spent 100 piety, but it didn't work. And now the vassals are a bit cross. Oh dear. Okay, yeah, don't do that again, please. Don't do that. Right, I think now, given that we are currently playing as a 5-year-old, we should possibly, just run time on nice and fast and just see if anything kind of plaguey is going to happen. I mean, it's completely random. It's completely random, but we have told the game to, have a lot of Black Death and a lot of plague and all that kind of stuff. So let's run time on until some plaguey stuff happens. Oh, this is good. Nothing plaguey's happened, but we have got a pet dog, which is brilliant. Yay! Oh, here we go. We get to name the dog, and I think we all know what the dog's going to be called. Come on, everybody, say it along with me. It's Wuffles McBarkington, I think the 9th. Did we get up to the 8th last time on Crusader Kings 3? I'm not entirely sure, but this dog is now Wuffles McBarkington the 9th. What a great name. Yes, it is, absolutely. Hello, Wuffles McBarkington. Okay, this is quite interesting. A mysterious new friend. I'm sitting alone playing with my Scopperel. Again, I don't know what a Scopperel is, but I assume it's some sort of ye olde child toy type thing. The life of a countess has much in abundance, but more abundant than anything else is loneliness. Oh, that's a bit sad. The pitter-patter of light footsteps catches my ear. Looking up, I see an unfamiliar child of about my age. He eyes my toy curiously. I can't seem to remember my name, he mutters, tears beginning to well up in his eyes. That's all right. I'll call you. And then we have 3 names down here, and whatever name we pick, we are acquiring an imaginary friend. So diplomacy is down by 2, learning is up by 5, Dad would approve, vassal opinion is down by 10. Because, of course, we're talking to an imaginary friend. I mean, Thetgo was a person. Thetgo was somebody in court. Iona was possibly somebody that was around as well. Let's call you Thetgo, because we've seen that name before, and that's quite fun. So, yeah, there you go. You can be Thetgo. We've picked up an imaginary friend, which is quite intriguing. And also, I believe there is a little bit of a plague going on. Secret thing. There is something going on here. Again, it's only minor. It's only minor. So Malcolm's flu. Oh, and my mum's been put in prison. I should possibly have been more aware of this. Okay, do you know what? It's fine. We can't do much about it. Oh, okay. And now she's been held against her will by King William. Oh dear, right, yes. Oh, crikey. Okay, a secret exposed. Oh, Walter of Dorset has brought forward evidence that Messinde is, his child. Oh dear. Right, okay, Mum, what were you doing? That was a bit silly, Mother. You're supposed to be smart and diplomatic, and it's not really worked. Oh, and there we go. Finally, some sort of plaguey thing has happened. I mean, apologies to the people of Cornwall, but we have been waiting quite a long time. A shadow over Cornwall. To walk through Cornwall is to be treated to a dreadful symphony of human suffering. Pestilence has come to this once thriving metropolis. I don't know if I'd ever describe Cornwall as being a metropolis, but okie doke. Everywhere one goes, one cannot escape the ceaseless noise of hacking and coughing from the infected, congealed blood staining their clothes deep crimson. Already people are calling this affliction Robert's coughs. We get a disease here in Cornwall, and somebody's called it Robert's coughs. Not the Black Death, not the Plague. No, it's Robert's coughs. Okay, so Robert's coughs is happening on our own doorstep. At least half of the peasant population have been infected, and it's only a matter of time until it spreads to the nobility. Okie doke, so what can we do? Can't I just wait it out on a boat? Okay, so we pop in a boat, we sail out into the sea, and then we wave at everybody from out on the ocean. Okay, so nothing happens. We've already lost 100 legitimacy. So we're down to 1, I think, which is not particularly good. Yeah, a few things have been going on. I mean, much time has passed, so we have lost some legitimacy. So that's not going to be overly helpful. So we can pop out on a boat, or we can summon the court physician to provide numerous options to offset the plague. But again, we've already lost the 100 legitimacy, so we can't do much about that. I mean, I think we have to do the right thing. We're gonna be inspired, I think. I think Countess Alexia is going to be inspired by her father, what people have told her and what she's read about him and such like. He was all about sort of, fighting the germs and the plague and whatever else. He was about understanding it. So I think she's sort of going down that same route. So I think we summon the physician. So here we go. What's that big line showing us? Is somebody going somewhere? I don't know. Okay, right, here we go. Robert's coughs. Early prevention. The dim flickering light of Alas Infirmary illuminates the scene as the physician lays out a plan of attack. I have a number of observations regarding Robert's coughs, chiefly the way patients are racked with a bloody cough like I've never seen before. It is my opinion that this plague risks destabilising the entire realm, decimating our people and crops if we do not take radical action. Okay, so it's got potential to be very, very bad indeed. Ultimately, the exact strategy for preventing the spread of the plague is mine to make. Okay, no pressure for a 14-year-old then, it's all going to be fine. A soft approach is best, opt for a safe treatment, desperate measures, riskier treatment, the best action is inaction. No, that's all very silly. What are you like, Countess Alexia? Eccentric, just, gregarious and brave. You do sound completely brilliant. I think maybe we go extreme. Let's go extreme. You've just told us that the plague risked destabilising the entire realm, decimating our people. I think maybe we have to do what we have to do. Just do something risky and just make sure the plague goes away. Let's have a go at that, shall we? Right, pause time for a second. Oh, we can now see down here the plague that's in our realm. Okay, Robert's Curse. It began in... I never know how you say that. Tintagel? 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 I don't know. I'm not entirely sure, but yes, it's a consumption type thing. Oh dear. Yeah, that's not good, is it? That's quite bad. That's quite bad. Isn't that tuberculosis? This is probably not good. There's also another major pox going on somewhere else, look. That's another major one. Okay, so 2 major ones happening, but one is here, right now, over there. And, yeah, there's like birds flying around over it, look. Picking off the flesh of the dead kind of thing. Right, here we go. Now we get to see what happens. So tick time on. Are we going to get the exciting kind of red plague graphic thing as that spreads? The disease, which was set to spread like a flame to paper across my realm, has slowed to a crawl. The radical measures proposed by Aleph have taken a toll on the economy in the short term, but Robert's Curse may not be quite the threat we had all feared. Wonderful! Okay, we get major epidemic prevention for 10 years. So plague resistance up by 15, holding taxes down by 20%. Oh dear. Okay, so it's still there. It's still there, but it might not be quite as bad as it could potentially have been. Right, okay. Alms. My Countess. Efforts to attend the sick and dying among the poor has been difficult but necessary work, and lately the families of the dying have begun to accuse the Crown of not truly caring for the disease. It is my opinion that distributing coins touched and blessed by your royal hands may assuage these feelings. An excellent idea. Oh. Okay, so we lose 15 money. We gain 250 piety. There is a potential we might get consumption for some reason, but the royal touch. Popular opinion up by 15. Are there no sick houses? We spend 50 piety. I think we would do what we can. Because, you know, we're brave and we're just. We're doing the right thing. An excellent idea. And I don't think we've caught consumption. I don't think we've got it. So possibly it's all fine. Although, I think it's spread. I think Robert's coughs has spread over there. It's spreading. Robert's coughs is spread. It's gone into Ireland as well. Okay, right. It's spread. It's all down here. Oh dear. Right. This bit over here isn't affected. Our knight has got consumption. Right. Okay, I mean, this is kind of exciting. This is what I wanted to see. I realised we had to play quite a lot to get to this point, but this is kind of what this is all about. Now what happens? What can we do now? Now, of course, we could have built ourselves... Oh, hang on a minute, come out of that. We could have built ourselves the little kind of hospice thing to give us another 5 plague resistance. We didn't do that. We did build a little logging camp thing. We did get that in because that gives us more money in the long run, and I thought that might be quite useful. But yeah, so that would help out a little bit. But look, on the map, if you zoom out, we've got the red... We've got the kind of the weird red bloodstain thing going on, which does look very good. Oh, our court physician is dead. What did they die of? They die of old age. Oh, okay, you did have consumption. Okay. I think possibly they died. Maybe the consumption worked with the age to possibly kill them off. Oh no. Okay, right, we need another doctor. I mean, now is not the time to lose a physician. Can we please go out and find a court doctor? Because at the minute we are completely undefended against the germs. Right, here we go, court physician. Yeah, we can't pick the sort of fancy one because we haven't got the high. We've got quite good learning, to be fair. Okay, so we can pick you. You've got consumption, you're a novice. Or we can pick you. You're not a novice, but you also do have consumption. This could be quite a quick appointment, but there we go. We'll go for Morda, because Morda does have at least a novice physician trait going on. So we'll pick you. Welcome aboard. You've gained much experience in the novice physician trait. I assume because you've been plunged right into all sorts of issues. You've turned up and we've gone, Hello, welcome. Can you please treat all these ill people because bad things are going on? How is it looking in terms of plague? Okay, it's stopped its kind of spread for a while, I think. It stopped its spread. Is that the other major one? No, that's another minor one. Where's the other major one? Over there, potentially? Yeah, that spread quite a long way as well. Look at that. That's got quite a long reach. But yeah, our one appears to have sort of slowed down in its spread. I don't know how quickly it does spread. Oh, okay. A notable guest has arrived. Yes, yeah, the game keeps chucking husbands at us. They go, hey, you should marry this person because, of course, we don't have a husband. It's saying that person would make a good husband. No, they wouldn't, game. No, they would not. Away with you and your silly nonsense. Right, let's see what happens then. Let's see what we can do. Can we sort of fight off Robert's coughs? Is it going to get worse? Are we going to succumb? Oh no, right, one of the councillors has died. Okay, this is how this is going. Oh, the steward's died. Oh no. Okay, we'll put you in charge. We'll put Prince Alfwine Harrelton of England in charge. Prince? Oh, yes. Right, yes. I've done quite a lot of stuff in the background. I've been playing away and just, sort of getting on with stuff. Yes, our mother, even though she was a little bit naughty at points, we managed somehow to arrange a matrilineal marriage to a Prince of England. I'm not quite sure how we did that, but yeah, so we've got a Prince of England in the family who does have claims to the Kingdom of England and lots of other exciting things. So that's quite fun. The Kingdom of Denmark and such. You can become our steward, please. You can do that because the other one died. You've got consumption. You've got gout. You haven't got anything. Well done. And you haven't got an illness. Okay, right. Okay, so yes, there we go. This is the impact of having a disease. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so we've now caught consumption. We have no air. This could be the end of the game. If we succumb to the consumption right now, that's going to be it. We've got no one to take over. So I don't know quite where it would go to. I suppose we have got some half sister and half brother. Would we carry on playing with one of those? I don't know. A crimson stain, so stark against a pale cloth. I stare at it in disbelief, suppressing another cough. Did I? I wipe my fingers against my lips, my hand trembling as I pull it back. I can feel the warm wetness, but I dread to look. I'm afraid you have contracted consumption, my lady. I will treat you immediately. Do no more than what is necessary. It's too late for caution. Leave you be. Okay, in this case, you know what you're doing now. You can do some treatment. Do no more than what is necessary. We know what it is now. It is consumption. So yeah, let's do no more than what is necessary. Let's get this done. Maude called on the priest to bring forth the finest singer in the court, which turned out to be a young child with a bright tenor voice. For several days in a row, the child sang me to sleep. The soothing voice turned out to be just what I needed, for now the worst of my problems are alleviated, and the world seems a little brighter. Reduced disease symptoms for 5 years, we've got a huge boost to disease resistance. Because somebody sang to us. Crusader Kings 3, what's that about? That seems a bit bonkers, but yes, we still do have consumption. Are we going to pull through, or is it all going to be bad? Oh no! Our half-brothers died of consumption. How is our half-sister? They've got it too. Another one of our councillors has succumbed to the consumption. Hang on, that's our marshal. Tudek, you're going to have to go in. You're actually quite good as a marshal, so you can go in. How are you? You still don't have consumption. Well done. And neither do you. You still do, and you also have it. Oh dear. Right, so there still could be further complications from this. It doesn't look like it's going away either. It doesn't look like it's going away. 50%, 58 fatalities now from Robert's coughs. Currently, the most devastating plague in the world at the moment. Not that's ever been, but right now, 61 fatalities. The one over here is catching up. The famine fever is catching up a little bit, but yeah, we are still racking up the fatalities with this one. Oh, dearie me. Right, are we going to pull through? Are we going to survive, or are we going to fall to the consumption? Oh, you can, if you want to, isolate the capital. You can try and sort of isolate the capital to make it a bit safer, or you yourself can just enter seclusion. So I imagine isolating the capital tries to keep you and your family and your court safe, whereas entering seclusion is just all about, yes, yourself and your close family. But we can't do that because we have consumption. So nobody wants to kind of seclude with us because that would be a bit silly. I mean, maybe, just because this is a thing that we could look at, we could isolate the capital. Maybe let's do that for fun because we don't know what that does. We'll try doing that. We're going to lose another 20 legitimacy. But yeah, we haven't got much of that anyway. And we gain isolated capital for 15 years. Control decline comes down 0.3 a month. Plague resistance does go up by quite a bit. Okay, do you know what? Let's do that for fun because we've never done that before. And yeah, keep an eye on the plague. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, it looks good from up here. Look, it's got the terrifying sort of red sort of blood stuff on it. It does look very dramatic, but yeah, are we going to pull through? Oh, I've come of age. Oh, wonderful. There we go. We have got ourselves only a 2-star education. I think maybe we were educated in the wrong thing. I think, yeah, they went for stewardship. We possibly could have picked learning, but never mind. But there we go. We are now 16. We've come of age. We can now rule properly. We can do proper ruling things, which is quite good. We are a woman now, thrifty clerk. And yes, whilst we were growing up, we did make a good friend in Henry there. I mean, do we want to marry Henry? Is it worth just marrying Henry? Because that'd be quite a fun thing to do as well. Let's do that, shall we? Arrange marriage between us and Henry. But matrilineally, please. There we go. Thank you. So, yep, they can be born into house disease. Any children will not accept. Oh, no. Oh, Henry. I thought we were friends, Henry, but no, you've broken my heart, Henry. Okay, lifestyle. We'll go down stewardship because we get more experience in that. And we'll go for wealth focus. Let's try and make some money so we can buy things and upgrade stuff around the place. That's, assuming that we survive. And we don't die, because there is a chance that we could potentially die a bit. Mother has died. Oh dear. Alexia the transcriber has succumbed to the consumption. Another counsellor has died. We're running out of them. We've got nobody left. There's nobody here. We haven't got any people left. Could we potentially invite some knights and then maybe also employ the knights into counsellor positions? We've got nobody left. Oh, dearie me. Right. Okay. Yeah, we haven't got the count stuff. No player heir. We're not married. I get all that. It's all fine. Yeah. Okay, we still got consumption. I think we have. It does appear to be sort of subsiding slightly. Right, you've turned up. You've got 18 prowess. Okay, we shall ask you to stay. So recruit you to court. 65 money is quite a lot of money, but we do need some people. And then you can take the job of... Oh, I mean, you're not very good at anything, are you? The marshal is good at marshalling. The steward is good at... You can be the chancellor. There you go. You're not very good, but just anybody will do. And you can do some knightly stuff as well. You can go and whack people with swords. I think maybe Robert's Coughs is... It's sort of fading away. It's dying out, look. We are slowly seeing it kind of vanishing from places. 92. 93 fatalities now. So, yeah, it wasn't exactly completely devastating around the world, but it was quite bad. Realm infections, it's coming down. There's only a little tiny bit of infection in our land, and I think as soon as that's gone, yes, there we go. It's gone. Robert's Coughs has been defeated. So that's gone. Oh, hang on. There might still be a... Oh, no, it's gone. Right, there we go. However, we still do have consumption. So we're still unwell, unfortunately. We also do have a regent. I'm not quite sure... Yeah, can we dismiss the regent? I'm perfectly capable of conducting my own affairs and can get rid of her limited authority. Yeah, can we get rid of you? Can we get rid of you? We just rule on our own now, please. We don't need a regency because we're 16 and we know what we're doing, all right? We're absolutely fine. Okie dokie, another knight arrived. You're not actually that good. You can just sort of hang around for a bit. And there we go. There we go. That is kind of the impact of what happens when you get a sort of a diseasey outbreak type thing in your land, it can be quite devastating. We lost quite a lot of people. We lost our mother, we lost our half-brother, a number of kind of councillors and important people perished as well. So it was quite bad. It was quite bad. I'm just looking to see if there's any kind of anything else going on, any Black Death type level stuff. That's just minor, that's minor. Okay, so nothing much happening right now in the world in terms of plaguey stuff. But there we go. We made it through our very first outbreak. I mean, it came with a bit of a heavy cost, but we've got through the other side. For now, although we still do have consumption. So there is the chance that that could possibly, come and get us at any point. And at the start of the video, I did mention that also, as well as the whole sort of plaguey stuff, the DLC also adds legends. So we have a legend thing over here. However, we are a little bit short of this right now. We can't create our own legend, but a little bit like the plague thing, we can see where the legends are kind of affecting on the map. So over here, somebody, I don't know who created that legend, but there is a legend called A Mighty Endeavour for Robertine. Okay, which is kind of, being spread and people are talking about it. Oh, the legend is completed and is no longer actively promoted. But that legend went around that part of the world. So that's now part of, the culture of that world. That's now a thing that people talk about, now and into the future, because it's a thing that, was a legendary kind of event. And there's another one here, Auspicious Birth. Okay, so that's still being pushed. That's still being pushed. A holy legend about Heleva. Okay, so a lady there who's passed away. But yes, was that her mother or something possibly? I'm not quite sure. But I think, it kind of works a little bit like the sort of plaguey outbreaks, but you control it. So you choose what you want to happen. And then I think if certain places are believing it, they get little kind of boosts and things. How much was it to get one of those in? 280. We have to pay quite a bit per month as well. So it is quite expensive to get done. We don't have that money right now, unfortunately. And given that we're only earning 0.7 per month, it might take us quite a long time to pick up that money. Let me go and have a little look around. I don't know, we'll go and pop around the castle and just, look behind the sofa cushions and see if we can find any loose change down there or anything like that. We'll just see if we can maybe cobble together a little bit of money so we can possibly just look at the whole legend thing. Oh, and wouldn't you know it, I found a great big bag of gold hidden inside a mouldy potato. So there we go. We now have 2,000 lovely monies, so we can have a little go at this. So maybe we should create... that's quite relevant to down here. The legacy of Arthur Pendragon. That's supposed to be sort of down in this part of the world, isn't it? All sort of, King Arthur stuff. So, do you know what? Let's do that. Our level of fame is less than illustrious. Okay, hang on. How near are we to illustrious? We have got quite a long way to go. Almost another, what's that? 3,000 prestige. Okay. Is it possible to find any prestige lying around behind the sofa or something? Let me go and have a quick look for a big bag of prestige. Okay, I've had a look, but I can't find a way to magically increase our prestige a little bit. So we can't then go and have a look at creating a legend thing over here, which is a little bit of a shame because that would have been quite good. That would have been quite fun. I think, we've taken a look at the sort of, the plaguey side of things of the DLC. It would have been quite fun to look at the legend side as well. But we just can't do it. We are not illustrious enough. We've got the money. We found a big bag of money in that mouldy potato, but we couldn't find any prestige in the mouldy potato. It was lacking any kind of prestige. So, never mind. We can't do that. One of our councillors died of consumption. Oh, dearie me. Which one was that? The steward. We are going through them, yet we can't get another steward. Oh, dearie me. I think what we're going to do is we're going to run time on to see whether we survive or whether we succumb to consumption. Can you get rid of it? Does it go away? Or do you always have consumption from when you get it until when you pass away? I'm not entirely sure. Another one of our councillors has died. Oh, dearie me. Oh, we can pick another culture thingamabob. We're now fascinated by divine right innovation. Yeah, that sounds fine. That sounds quite good. You've turned up. Yeah, you're quite good at hitting things with swords. We'll recruit you to the court, please. Hello, welcome aboard. Would you like a job doing any of the jobs? There's plenty of vacancies. I think we should marry somebody very quickly indeed and then encourage some stalk letter writing just to see if we can then maybe get an heir sorted out. Let's marry Felipe here. Felipe is quite good, and also Felipe is Herculean, which would be a very good thing to sort of pass down to the children if we're able to have any. So, do you know what? Let's give that a go, shall we? Matrilineal, you're okay with that. Send that proposal. Right, let's get that done. Get the marriage sorted out. Yep, hello there. Married a lowborn. I'm not so bothered about that. Yeah, so if you two could get stalk letter writing, that'd be quite nice. And we're going to gain 350 prestige because why not, eh? Because, that does put us slightly closer to illustrious, but we're not quite there, which is a little bit of a shame, but never mind. I suppose we could do things to try and give us some prestige, so we can look at the legend stuff, but I think that's quite a lot we're going to have to pick up. That is, yeah, we're getting half a point of prestige every month, and we need another 2,500. So I'm not quite sure what we can do to give us 2,500 prestige nice and quickly. Oh, this is wonderful. We've had 2 bits of very good news. Good news number 1 is that we've got rid of the consumption. That's now all gone. Time to conquer the world. And good news number 2 is that we are pregnant, which is wonderful too. So even though we now don't have consumption, our legacy can continue, which is marvellous. And I think with that done, we shall wrap things up. Oh, hang on a minute. There's something going on over here, actually, looking at it. What's going on just there? There's some sort of other kind of plague thing happening. Hills fever. It's a minor thing. It's not a big thing. Let's have, actually, before we do wrap things up, one very quick look, just to see if there is some sort of, Black Death or plague level thing. I don't think there is. I don't think there is. In fact, there's not that much going on. There is that it? The Abyssinian pox and hill fever over there, and that's kind of 57 fatalities from that though. And then there's that there as well. There's that one. Hang on a minute. So where's all the plagues then? So go back to plagues. Explore the plagues. There we go. There's quite a few. There are quite a few around, but yeah, nothing too utterly devastating. One major one, everything else minor. There we go. There we go. So, yeah, we'll wrap things up. I think, yeah, the idea of this video was to have a look at the sort of the plague stuff, and if we could, have a look at the legend stuff. But unfortunately, we're still not quite illustrious enough, which is a little bit of a shame. But never mind, not to worry. So, yeah, I think we've had a look at the plague thing. We've seen how it sort of works generally on the world map, and we've had first-hand experience of it affecting us directly, and even our character directly. We fortunately survived, but lots of other people didn't. We lost quite a lot of people to the, what was it called? Robert's cough, that was it. We lost quite a lot of people to Robert's coughs. Pesky Robert giving everyone a cough there. But yeah, I think, yeah, we had a good look at it, I think. I mean, yeah, this was a bit of a bonkers run, really, because, yeah, we started playing as Earl Dave. We started playing as Dave Disease, and he died. He died unexpectedly, but not due to disease. He died due to bandits, which was somewhat unexpected. So it did kind of pitch this little look at the whole disease stuff in a slightly different sort of angle, because we played as somebody else when it came to the diseasey side of things. But you know what? That's Crusader Kings, isn't it? It does that. It goes all over the place. It can throw you this way and that way. It can sort of chuck curveballs at you, and it can just be very silly and very fun. And it's been wonderful popping back into it, because I do love playing Crusader Kings 3. It is always an absolute pleasure to play this game. So, yeah, we'll wrap things up for now, and we'll just imagine that Alexia here, Countess Alexia, just does amazing things. She goes on and rules Cornwall nice and fairly and justly. She's very brave. Maybe at some point she nips next door and takes Dorset away and then creates a new sort of a new little duchy down here. Her power grows. Maybe eventually she becomes a ruler of all of these lands. I do not know. And also maybe she does in time get a legend out too. That would also be quite lovely. But yes, we shall wrap things up for now with our little look at the Legends of the Dead DLC for Crusader Kings 3. Hopefully you have enjoyed this. I mean, it has been all over the place. It has been a little bit sort of chaotic and everywhere. Yeah, that's how it works. That's Crusader Kings 3. But hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, please do leave a like. That would be most marvellous indeed. And also, if you're not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with all the other bits and bobs and nonsense that we get up to in the Geek Cupboard. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I'll see you next time. Look at Swain's hat. Oh, it's worth it just for the hat. Oh, it's so pointy. Oh my goodness me. Okay, right, we might have to deploy the decency mugs there. Things are going to get a bit weird, everybody. Buckle yourselves in. I am in the throes of ecstasy, aided by a shoe. He's kept his hat on.